Oh, oh yeah, we have the energy splitter. Why do we have this door over here? Oh. Oh. Okay, now we have the rematch room. 5 left to go. What were you again? Oh, Flame Man. Oh, Flame Man. What were you weak against? Yeah, oh yeah, the Shark Boomerang. Still a nightmare to fight you. Yeah, it's still hard to fight him even with his weakness. Oh, goodies, these respawn. That's nice to know. But yeah, fighting Flame Man, even with his weakness, is a pain. And we don't actually have the boss music playing for this, just the Proto Man's team. Oh, you know what, I'm just gonna use E-Tank. I know, I'm tanking so much of this. Hopefully this doesn't end up causing me more pain when I actually get to the final boss fight. Thank you. Hopefully the rest are easier. Okay, here's Blade Man. What was he weak against? Oil Igniter? No. I think I know what it was. Yeah, it's the Binary Dash. Wasn't Voltman also weak against the Binary Dash? I can't exactly remember. Whoa, phew. I thought I was going to die there. Strange. I guess Webmasters actually have multiple weaknesses, and... Who are you again? Oh yeah. This one. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, it feels like Roadmasters have multiple weaknesses. It may be just me misremembering the order of the fights. No. What are you supposed to be weak against? I'll just use this then and die in the process. Oops. Oh no, I really should have gotten more lives for this. Well, if I die, I'll just skip ahead to where I finish this. You know what, I'm just gonna use the Wave Torrent. That acts like a soft weakness for all the bosses anyway. I think I should know what the weakness should be, but I can't figure out who it should be. It's the... what? Why is he weak against his own weapon? Sharkman is weak against the Sharp Boomerang? I feel like I got the weakness order mixed up somewhere. Hello, Bitman. Oh, Phase 2. Oh, sure. Let's just use the Shark Boomerang. Why not? That makes the weapon even more powerful. Why not? That or it may be so powerful by itself that I don't notice the difference. Oh, okay, now I realize why the door is up there. Well, so, following this part, I guess it'll be the final boss fight, and well, the penultimate boss fight, then the final boss fight. And then the ending. Okay, let's do this. I wish there were more lives. That's a common complaint I had for this game. You get showered in E-tanks, but not in extra lives. Oh. I don't really need this, but okay. Ooh. I guess the weaknesses are those orbs on the right. Okay. It'll fire these sparks and the bombs. I need to lead these away. Oh, I see. Clever. So we open this. Now this, if I can reach it correctly, which I completely failed at. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna try this stage again. This was a complete failure. Oh, wait a minute, we're actually taking it back to this part. We don't need to fight the bosses again. Well, that was actually quite generous of the creator, as in most Mega Man fan games, or the main titles, you aren't allowed this liberty. You'd have to refight all the bosses again. This time, with Robot Master weapons. Oh, it two-shots it. So there's a use for this. And using the Volt Blocker, this will absorb the bomb explosion. Okay. Oops. Oh, oops. I didn't realize it didn't become solid there. And now I know what to do. I need to basically destroy the feet, wait for it to get back down, and destroy those knee panels or whatever they are. So I found the use for the Wave Torrent, I mean the Sonic Deflector. Too bad I haven't exactly found one for the other one. Oh yeah, and I can hit it from here too. Oops, I see what the problem was. I mistimed my jump. Get it here. Oh, okay, so its weakness is the Sonic Deflector. No wonder. Let's use the Oil Igniter and see what happens. Not exactly as effective, but hey, it works. This is one of the times where using this isn't really the best option. Oh, interesting. Now we have to fight it with just one. Ow. So the eyes are the weakness. Oh, and now this shoots too. After it gets weak enough. Okay, I understand what to do for this boss now. It's multifaceted and actually has 2 health bars. Which is nice because, well, as you may have known, if you played several Mega Man games before, you may know that many Fortress bosses are kind of pitiful, even with Robot Master weapons. Here at least it's somewhat formidable, especially Buster only. So that's nice. Okay, Volt Shield. Can I just... Oh, I can just do this. I'm just gonna do this to speed up the fight a little bit. I could actually use this to basically... I can make the entire fight much easier by just doing this for the entirety of the fight, and oh, okay, when its arms up, it doesn't do anything. And here's Dr. Wily, as expected. Oh, I see. This, I didn't realize it until now, but this is actually Crorq. No wonder. Oh, and here's Wily in jail. Yeah, he was in prison at the beginning of the game, supposedly, but he was broken out with some of his Robot Masters. So yeah, as expected, Wily was the one behind us all. To be fair, if you read the instruction manual for Mega Man 3 DOS, it said Dr. Wily created Crorq in the first place. So yeah, it's off to fight him then. To be fair, it's interesting that the cutscenes in this game don't actually have text. They're all shown through images, which I also find to be quite unique. It's all these unique things that makes the Mega Man DOS Remake stand out quite a bit. Version 2.x specifically. Compared to the 1.x, this is much better, I would say. Definitely much more memorable. And now for a very strong, odd music choice, we have the intro theme to Mega Man 2. That's... oh wait, I should... that was a long drop. I thought I would instantly die there. Well, let's do this. And also, the beginning of the stage, that reminds me of one of the Game Boy games. But yeah, as I was saying, we have the Starman background, but we have a very odd music choice here. Even though it's at an appropriate volume, we basically have the Mega Man 2 intro theme for some reason. I'm not exactly complaining, but it just sounds quite odd. I mean, we had the final stage, and now we have this exciting tune. Ow. it doesn't fit the mood if you ask me. Oh no, it's the Mega Man 1 ending team. I got it backwards, sorry. This makes it even more strange. If it was the intro team, maybe, but with this, I don't know. Oh, and thank you for giving me the extra lives. I would have appreciated it more in the previous stage, though. Okay, let's fight Dr. Wily for a change, this time with an actually starry background. We've defeated Crorq and the rest. Oh, the Mega Man 10 final boss team. Oh, Frank and Wily, I think. Okay, avoid the hands. Keep hitting the mustache and avoiding his hands. Okay, first phase is pretty easy, but whoa, he does a ton of damage for that first attack when he hits you with those arms. Geez, I wonder if he would fall to the left side, you would have to refight the entire thing. Oh, we have the capsule fight now. Instead, we have something else very unique. We're being chased from the left side with all those sparks. Nice! No, I thought we were going to find a normal capsule. But nope, we have something different. Add +1 to creativity for this hack, then. I mean, Fangame. Yeah, at first I thought this was really a run-of-the-mill Fangame, if you were to ask me, but with all these unique things being pulled with the Doc Robot stages, the alternate paths showing up after you beat them, similar to Mega Man X and some other games, and now with all the Fortress stages. Yeah, quite liking this. I really should be using more of these weapons, though. And I suppose his weakness is the oil igniter, because by tradition, the Wily capsules are weak against the most awkward to use weapons. Is this segment go on infinitely, though? And this is the Mega Man 9 final boss team as well. My apologies for not mentioning it. Oh, E-Tank. Okay, now we're stuck here, we have to fight it normally. Okay, the Razor Blade seems to be doing surprisingly well. Ow, he telefragged me. Ow. Oh, he's surprisingly good at telefragging you. At least these orbs don't do that much damage, and I just got telefragged by the saucer itself, which does the damage. Okay, let's repeat that entire segment again. Okay, I see, we need to defeat him. Okay, the more damage you do initially, the easier it'll be the next part. You can't really take that much damage though, so you have to be a little bit cautious there. It isn't too long of a segment, but still, it can be a little bit of a pain. To be fair, it's the final boss, so I'll give it that leeway. And those will follow you after a certain interval, stop, and will repeat for 3 times. He seems to be weak against the flame weapons, so... But yeah, the more you can hit him with your weapons before you fight him, the easier it'll be at the next part. Oh. Bit of a close one there. But it's nice that the creator or level designer gave 2 extra lives, because they knew that you would die a few times when fighting this initially. I could fight this with the Mega Buster, but really though, you already saw what it only has one attack, so I showed you all it can do. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it gets closer and closer to you, and it was trying to escape, and we shot it down. Hello? Do I jump off here? No? Okay. Oh! Oh, hello, Rush Jet. Where were you in the previous part of the game? Oh, and yeah, we shot... I don't know exactly how we destroyed Wily's fortress, or spaceship, but apparently it's crashing into the Crorq's fortress, so yeah, massive explosion. And we walk right off the scene. Whoa, that was very impressive for 8-bit. Well, the explosion, that is. And Wily again failed in his quest for world domination. Crorq is sadly destroyed, although, as we know, it was the reason behind the entire craziness anyway. Yeah, Crorq, a supercomputer, made the guide robots rebelled against humanity. To protect the robots under its control from their expiration dates. Oh, okay, so it's a little bit better this time. So, similar to Mega Man 9 with the expiration date plot. Oh, Crorq was the one who led the binary man to let Dr. Wily free. I thought Dr. Wily hacked him. But where is Dr. Wily now, and will his manipulation to rule the world be put to an end? Considering all the other fan games, I think not. Oh, nice reference to the Mega Man 1 ending as well. We're running through all these areas. Oh, hello, Dr. Wily. Tried to escape, failed completely. Begging for mercy as always. And we have the ending team from Mega Man 2, final boss defeated again. Oh good, we have the bios for each of the World Masters now. And the creators. Oh, and they even have their avatars. Nice! Oh yeah, Dynaman was pretty easy to defeat. It's actually unique to actually show the creator avatars. Oh, Voltman, the second most difficult Robot Master, Buster only. Bitman wasn't too difficult though. The hardest fight of them all was Flame Man. Oh goodness, it took so many tries. Oh, and the Dock robots are listed as 10, 20, 30, 40. Interesting. Well, I applaud the creators of these Roadmasters. They were unique and had their own fighting styles. I especially liked how each of the Roadmaster fights, or at least half of them, had multiple phases, like Binary Man taking place in the top portion, then falling, then breaking down. Not to mention that each of the bosses... Not to mention they had their own strengths and weaknesses. Sure, some of the bosses were kind of disproportionately powerful, like Voltman, although you could lock him into a pattern, and Flame Man was really powerful in terms of getting hit by his Flame Rush. Although the Flame Rush itself is quite overpowered, and I would say the strongest weapon in the game, as tying with the Wave Torrent. And now, as for the stages themselves, I quite like them, although I really like the Fortress stages more than the Roadmaster stages. The Roadmaster stages were a combination of the previously seen tile sets, adding some new gimmicks here and there, but I liked how the Fortress stages packed them all in. Oh good, and I got 100% of everything. I got 100% of Crorq's and Wily's. And 14 deaths, although it was much more off-screen due to the crashes and whatnot. I won't press start just yet, let me finish commenting. But yeah, I like the Fortress stages more because I felt they put together all the gimmicks in a more cohesive fashion. And the refight stage, the first one, I felt was one of my favorites because it combined the virtual stage gimmicks and refighting the bosses on new terrain instead of the old terrain. As what usually happens in most other Mega Man fan games and the official games, where when you fight Roadmasters in the refights, you'll fight them with the same AI and the same terrain. It gets kind of boring, but here it changes things up a bit. And I especially like the Fortress bosses are quite unique. Sure, the first two are kind of similar to the ones I fought before, like the Cossack Citadel boss fight. But the other ones, like the Blue Devil or Block Devil, was kind of unique, where it fuses into the Mecha Dragon or the Devil shape. And the fight against that giant, whatever it was, that eats you was pretty unique as well. The fight against Crorq was pretty fun as well, and forced you to actually dodge more of those projectiles, as well as shooting the eyes out. And the Wily fight, even though we had a capsule as always, it was a little bit unique in the sense that you can actually you have to chase it after it and run away from a wall of spikes. I would have preferred that the first phase was a bit harder, although the hands do a ton of damage if they impacted you. Plus, I wish there was a second phase in between the capsule, and another attack for the capsule, as the capsule only had those 3 homing energy orbs. I did like all the 9 weapons that you could get, the 8 main ones and the secret wave torrent. Binary Dash was useful, as it'd be more useful for a speedrunner, as you can instantly destroy and pass through shielded enemies as long as you can one-hit kill them. The Dynamo Wrecker is the basic explosive weapon. It's made more even useful because it splits off on impact in 3 smaller chunks. The Razor Blade acts somewhat like the Metal Blade in the sense that you can spam it a lot, but only in one direction in an upward arc. The Volt Buckler is a pretty awesome shield that can destroy minor enemies and stay up for a long period of time, making it easier for those tougher platforming segments because the designer didn't really put 2 tough enemies that could snipe you. The Sharp Boomerang was my favorite weapon in this title, tied with the Flame Rush, mainly because you could fire in 8 different directions. It was quite powerful on its own. You could spam it with 3 shots on screen at a time, and it would carry back items. The Flame Rush was the most powerful weapon I would feel because it could shoot through most of the shields and 1-shot or 2-shot most enemies. It even passed through most of the shielded enemies, which I feel was kind of overpowered. It makes it even more powerful than the Fire Wave. The Oil Igniter I felt was the weakest weapon in the game because I didn't find it to be strong against any of the World Masters, plus its bouncy pattern made it difficult to use in almost every room excluding the more cramped up rooms, but in that case you could use things like the Binary Dash or Dino Wrecker or the Shark Boomerang to wreck a better face, or even the Flame Rush. The Sonic Reflector is the second worst, in essence because of... It's better in the enclosed rooms, but like I said, you could use other weapons to better effect. At least this has a Robot Master strength, and can be spammed pretty fast. The Wave Torrent seems to act like a soft weakness to all of the other Robot Masters, and maybe some of the Fortress bosses. I did like it, though it didn't really feel as strong as the Flame Rush did, because even though you can fire three of these in comparison to the Flame Rush, where you can only fire 1 at a time, and this one, it gets blocked by shields and it can bounce back. To be fair, as I wanted to say earlier, the Flame Rush does have one weakness in essence, is that you cannot refire it until all the projectiles are off the screen, that being the Fire Wave itself and the fireballs falling downwards. And the super items you can get from beating the Dock robots were a nice touch because they're optional here. And those being the Energy Balancer, Energy Splitter, doubling your max weapon energy, and something else. I quite like them. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Well, I'll try out that password in the next part. Well then, this was the finale of this, the main game. In the next part, I'll try out Endless Mode and see what that password does. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Toodles!